Lawyers say a Macon man was robbed years of his life after he sat in the Bibb County Jail for 6.5 years before his trial for a crime that a jury says he didn't commit.
We live in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty, but sitting in the county jail for 6.5 years doesn't feel very innocent.
When attorneys Mackenzie Miller and Travis Griffith met Jeffrey Hunter Jr. in February of 2025, he was the longest held detainee in the Bibb County Jail, spending 6 years awaiting trial behind bars.
I believe Mr. Hunter is up in the top 10 of how long people have been held in that jail.
Hunter was charged with murder. The lawyers, though, say his long stay at the county jail wasn't because of his crime, but instead an administrative error.
It's obviously a miscarriage of justice on one level that somebody who is being held without a finding of guilt, pre-trial, is held for 6.5 years. Whether or not it was due to clerical errors or the system realigning or whatever.
Hunter was first indicted in 2019, then re-indicted in 2023, changing his case number. After a system shift in the county courts, the 2023 case number moved down the priority list as judges focused on older cases.
It was not on the court's radar at all.
On June 17th of this year, when Hunter finally had his day in court, a Bibb County jury found him not guilty.
The bigger surprise was when our co-defendant Kaylin Johnson got on the stand and said, "I was actually at the shooting, and Jeffrey Hunter was not there."
In 2019, Jeffrey Hunter, Kaylin Johnson, and Jadarius Meadows were all indicted for malice murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault, accused of shooting and killing Danny Causey behind a local auto shop on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and injuring another man. The defense attorneys say there was no physical evidence, cell phone data, or videos that put Hunter at the scene of the crime.
We had a single witness that placed him on scene that night, and then we had multiple witnesses that didn't. I was kind of bewildered when we really dug into the evidence. I was like, I don't understand why he's still here.
Though 3 men were originally charged with the crime, only 2 were in the courtroom, Hunter and Johnson. Jadarius Meadows pleaded guilty to aggravated assault back in 2022 in connection to the shootings. He was sentenced to 10 years with 2 to serve, then probation. Well, days before Hunter and Johnson went to trial, Meadows was shot and killed in a mass shooting at Midtown Daiquiri Bar and Grill.
He was not required to testify against either co-defendant as a part of that plea, at least for the documents that we have available.
I reached out to District Attorney Anita R. Howard for an interview about Hunter's case. Her office declined, but did send this statement, which references Meadows in the second line, noting the proximity of his murder and the trial date, also stating that subpoenas in this case were served after his death. But Mackenzie Miller says the defense subpoenaed Jadarius Meadows to testify for Jeffrey Hunter, and they met with him before he was killed.
He never indicated that he spoke with the state about any testimony. He never indicated that he had been subpoenaed by them. We didn't receive any evidence of that either.
The DA's statement goes on to call eyewitness testimony from the surviving victim crucial, writing that the victim insisted he saw Hunter involved.
Ultimately, the verdict found that all counts in which he was the victim or in which he was the witness, both defendants were found not guilty. And so I think that speaks highly to the truthfulness that the jury placed on his testimony.
When Kaylin Johnson took the stand, he claimed the shooting was in self-defense, pulling his gun after the surviving victim and Danny Causey pistol whipped Jadarius Meadows for urinating near one of their cars. His testimony exonerated Jeffrey Hunter. Jeffrey Hunter was present while I interviewed his lawyers. He's not yet ready to go on camera, but he says that testimony saved his life. Reporting in Macon, Brittany Miller, WGXA News.